What's going on, Facebook? How y'all doing? I am Tiffany, empowering, impacting, and igniting entrepreneurs to do what it is the Lord is calling them to do. And I have been debating on talking about this topic right here. And I come to shed light on this particular topic, especially if you are a mother, a single mother. I wanna shed some light on this. About this DoorDashing that's going on, this DoorDashing spirit. I'm calling it a DoorDashing spirit because that dashing be having us distracted. And I'm saying us because for a short time, maybe several years ago, maybe around the pandemic or one of them, I can't remember. But I did DoorDash a little bit. And I thought about DoorDashing with my kids, which I just seen this post about a lady, and she was talking about her daughter ran away with a young nigga, and she was talking about how she cut the Wi-Fi off, and them kids be getting mad because it's like they addicted to that Wi-Fi. That has nothing to do with us not being where we need to be as parents. Now, this is coming from someone who, when my child started acting out, everybody was telling me that it was normal. This is normal for your child to act out. It's a teenager and all of the normalcies and all of the things. As a teenager, me personally, I never ran away from home. I was raised by my grandmother. Neither one of my parents raised me. I only skipped school that I can count. One time I hated it and I made sure that I was at school. But let me tell you, children need presents. They don't need your little DoorDash money. They don't care what bills you talking about you paid. What clothes you bought. Children need presents. They need to be heard, seen, felt, and loved. Okay, so if you're DoorDashing, and let me tell you what that DoorDashing is. That's hustle. That's hustle. You hustling to try to make it. And you need to figure out how to get yourself in a career. You need a career. And you need some career development. And if these jobs and these little side gigs is not paying you enough, then you're going to have to slow down, and then you're going to have to learn how to manage and budget your money. Because this woman said that she was dashing. She stopped by the house to check on her daughter. And since somebody was over there at her daughter's house, and let me tell you one thing about the apples, they don't fall far from the tree. Everything that I found myself doing later on that I didn't know my mama do, when I hear my mama talk about what she did, I'll be like, no wonder. When I hear my granddaddy talk about what he did, I'll be like, no wonder. You know what I'm saying? So we got to give an accountability in some shape, fashion, or form as the parents, as the adults. And we got to figure out, how can my schedule match my child's schedule? And how can I take and make some time for my child to say, hey, son, hey, daughter, what do you need from me to be a better parent? Okay. Now, mind you, I ask these questions to my children, all three of them. And while I'm asking my children these questions, they're giving me answers, and I'm trying to make it my business to adjust to that. And while I'm worrying about me and my business, me and my household, it could be everybody and their mama talking about you in your household, you and your three, you and yours. It don't matter what nobody got to say. It don't matter what nobody got to say about you and how you trying to make a living for you and your children. You got to come up with a game plan for you and your children. Why is this so important? Because if you don't want your children to give you a run for your money, I'm telling you, because children, listen, as honorable as we want them to be, as respectable as we want them to be, they're going to do what children do. And sometimes they're going to make you stand 10 toes down and be about that life, meaning that parenting life, that parenthood, that adulthood that we all was rushing to. We wanted to be so grown, and then we created our own families. And it is not all about whether the father is there or not. Let me tell you, two-parent homes have drama too, okay? Them children be thinking they run the show too. But what we gonna have to do, is stop trying to hustle and chase behind the money that's the math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. You can dash all night. Every story I heard about DoorDashing, the math don't math. Every story I heard about DoorDashing, somebody is taking a loss. And this woman could not find her daughter, and she went back dashing. I remember when my son decided, because he decided to pack a bag and leave because I corrected him over the phone. Now, they was in the middle of being about to be rewarded because we had an amazing week. At the end of the week, I think it was a Friday, I was handling some business, finalizing some things. He got mad, packed the bag, ran away. He was hiding out at his little girlfriend's house. I didn't go to work that night because it was peak season, right? I did not go to work, but I prayed. I spoke with the grandparents who thought it was funny. One grandparent was including my mother. And I rested because you know what the enemy tries to do? He tried to steal, kill, and destroy. He wanted to destroy the household. He didn't want me to rest. He wanted me to be up worrying. So I said, devil, you a liar. Now, I ain't going to go get the money, but I'm going to rest and I'm going to settle myself and I'm going to be here and I'm going to wait for God to show me where my child was at, and I'll be darned if the Lord didn't do it. And when the Lord made a way, I went and knocked on that door. And I got boys. I got all 3 boys. That GPS is telling me my child is in here. And I'm not leaving until my child come on up out of there. Them people ain't even knew my child was in there. My black son was in a whole nother nationality household. And let me tell you what I tell my sons. I say, let me tell you, because someone could describe my children as a YN. Like a little young nigga. No, Negro, you better know how to make sure you where you supposed to be. Because that's how young boys jumping out of windows. Because you going to chill at a little girl house. And guess what? You ain't knew this little girl got a daddy. Okay. So, and I'm saying this because I'm not biased at all. Especially, I've never been a little boy. I've been a little girl before, and I'm raising 3 boys, you know, and I have a young man. I'm raising sons. So I look at things from a very different, you know, angle that's real. And this is For Real Friday. This is the For Real Friday message. As parents, we want to make sure that we're doing our job to see, now, what can I do to adjust my schedule so that way it can fit the dynamics of my family without always calling your daughters little fast heifers. No, don't name call her. Okay? Don't set her up for failure when you're not making time for the child. Okay? Them children don't care nothing about them bills that we got to pay. They don't care. Who cares? It is our responsibility to figure out how to manage a household or manage keeping our legs closed. Because guess what? It takes 2 to tangle. If the daddy ain't there, the daddy ain't there. Don't take that anger out on your children. Don't take who ain't there out on them children. And that DoorDashing is not healthy. That DoorDashing is not healthy. Why? Because it removes you from out of where you need to be. And if you got a child and all you're doing is picking up food, put them in the car with you. If you got one child, let them ride with you. And guess what you can turn it into? A goddamn adventure. Children like adventure. Children like presents. Why do you think you entertaining? Whether it's a little boy that's being entertained by a young lady or a young lady that's being entertained by a little boy. They want something or someone to capture their attention because they're not getting the attention at home. Why do we keep going through the same cycle like you don't know what time it is? Last time I checked in a car, it's a minimum of 4 seats, the 5 extra seats available, depending on what size and weight class your children is in. Put them in the car with you. If you DoorDashing, if you are a single parent and you got children at home, and especially if you got little girls, do not leave your little girls at no home by themselves. Do not. I put mine to work when I do it from time to time. Exactly. Because this DoorDash is the devil. And if you're sitting right here and trying to choose DoorDash over your kids, then your kids should be hopping in the car with you to do DoorDashing. Because I don't know about you. When I was going to DoorDash again, if I ever do it again, baby, everybody hopping in and y'all going to run in and do the pickup. Go on in there with the bag and tell them to put that food up in there. Do not drop these people food. That we drop it on site then they'll replace it on site, okay? And I'm just letting you know the safety and the welfare of our children is important. And this is coming from somebody who has dealt with all kind of false accusations. People want to make my life, try to make it harder than what it, what it already is. No. Don't be moved by people that's trying to make your life hard. Make sure you doing what you need to do inside of your life. Now, when it's raining, when it comes to safety, if it's cold and I got to figure out if I'm about to make a 5 to 10 minute run, do I need to bring my kids out in the wet, raining, icy cold? No, don't try to tell me how to run my household. Now, if you do not know how to run your household, or if what you're doing with your household is not working, then you need to speak with somebody that could have your best interest at heart and somebody that's going to help you. Because one of the things we forgetting that it takes a village to raise children, and we don't know everything. Some of the things, even with this last situation where I had somebody, took my stuff from out my car, because guess what? I didn't do what I knew better. I knew to double check behind myself. I knew certain things supposed to go in the glove compartment, be locked. But guess what? When you get caught up, you're moving a little too fast. Even when you thinking you ain't, moving that fast, it's still certain things we miss. But don't let it be your kids. Don't let it be your children. Okay? That DoorDashing, everybody that I see DoorDashing is still the B word. That DoorDashing is a distraction, man. By the time you done put all your gas every way, the math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. You might as well use it as a bonding activity with your children if you feel like you got to get out the house to do something, because sometimes you feel like doing something is better than nothing. But I'm going to tell you what is better than that. Slowing down. Let me slow down and seek the Lord. Lord, what would you have me to do? You see my circumstance. You see my situation. What career could I do? Medical caring. Lord, teach me how to do medical caring instead of DoorDashing. Oh, medical field. How can I get in the entry level of the medical field? Don't let my unbelief stop me from moving into a career field that I maybe never felt qualified for, so I can change the dynamics of my family financial situation. And I don't need another bozo to add no baggage to this. So I'm going to stay focused so I can at least get into not just my bag, but my purpose. Come on here. Come on, because the bags, what bags are we getting into with this DoorDash? Because DoorDash do not give you a bag. And I know they got this thing talking about the lady done bought her a house. I don't know who was at home watching her kids. I don't know if her kids was in the car with her while she was dashing, baby. That is an awesome commercial. I'm telling you, it will make you sign up for DoorDash. And I'm telling you, it will make you sign up for the DoorDashing. Rudolph, Dasher, Prancer, and everybody dashing with Santa Claus in them. Everybody dashing, just dashing, just dashing. But not at the state of your kids. Not at the stake of your kids. If you're dealing with children that are running away, then there is a root cause. There is a reason, and I would encourage you to get to the root of the issue. At the root of the issue, it could be a lot of different factors. I am definitely not one to judge. I am not one to judge. But what I will say is I thank God for healthy relationships with all three of my children. I thank God for the understanding that me and my children have, and I thank God that I did not back down when people tried to play with me about my kids. So do what you need to do for you and your children, because those children don't stay children forever. They will grow up, and as they grow, they will see that you was trying to do the best of your ability for them. But make sure what you're doing is your best. Make sure what you're doing is your best. And when it is not your best, then get the help that you need. When it's not your best. And it's okay to say, you know what? I'm not doing my best. I could do better, but I don't know how. Do that. Say that. It's nothing wrong with saying, and you know what? I don't even know how to do better than this because this is all I ever saw. So what can I do? And I want to challenge people that like to criticize other people in their parenting. Is you willing to help them, people with their kids? See, that's what you got to learn to not take advice from people that's not willing to help you. And really, I'm in a season where I really don't even feel like talking. I really don't even feel like talking because there's so much that could be said. You know how you just get tired of talking. But people are so critical that they don't know what it is for someone that really genuinely want to help them and that literally will help them do it. And when I look back over my life and all of the things and the times I've adjusted my schedule to accommodate this very issue, this very matter, so that way somebody could know that they wasn't alone when their own family and or friends did not want to help them do what they need to do to get maybe start a job or to get into a career field or do something. Man, I'll help you. Bring that baby over here to me. It is what it is, because guess what? When I needed it, somebody did it for me. And it is what it is. That somebody could have been a stranger. It could have been a relative. But at the end of the day, we got to get to the point where we find our tribe. We find our people. We grow. We do better. DoorDash is not... it's like, low-key, it's like the devil, man, because I think it's kind of distracting a lot of people from spending time, the time that you may need to be at home, monitoring your household. You out trying to deliver food to other people's families, and guess what? Your family's starving. Your family not going to eat off DoorDash. So you need to be seeking God for a career. You need to seek God for a business coach, life coach, something that can give you some sustainability. And what I know to be true, the sustainer is God. The sustainer is God. When I think about my granny brought a house with, not even maybe a 9th grade education. Budget money way better. I'm talking about this when gas was 99 cents, $1.99. Madam C.J. Walker, a first self-made millionaire, and they wasn't even making the money what we making. We need to know how to manage what we have and stay down until we come up. That's just the bottom line. We do not have a money problem. Black folks know how to get money. We have a management problem. And we need to learn how to manage our households. We need to learn how to manage our emotions. We need to learn how to manage our finances. We need to learn these things. Or we going to keep repeating the cycle. You're going to keep letting the enemy have a foothold in your family dynamics with your children. Because guess what? If you read the Bible, it's saying that it won't mother against daughter and all of that. I thank God for peace between me and my mother in this season. A spirit of unity, a harmony going on. I thank God. Finally, I'm pushing 40. So I'm not telling y'all what I think. I'm telling you what I know. And that's how the enemy works. And DoorDash is not the way. I'm not trying to knock it. I done use the services. I don't think it's the best option for single parents. And single parents, if you're dashing, you need to try to figure out how you can include your kids. Be more present and active in your kids. Because teenagers are weird. They're weird. And they simply want to feel seen, valued, heard. And if you don't know how to make sure that your child is seen, valued, heard, understand the devil will make sure somebody make them feel like they are seen, valued, and heard, even if it is for bad motives. Okay, so I just wanted to come on here and share it because this lady, she shared that her daughter ran away, and she was like, her daughter been telling people that she ain't handling her business being a mom. And the mom was like, it hurt her. Sometimes, yeah, got to take it to the chin, mama. What can you do to be a better mother? And you got to ask them kids, what can you do? What can I do? What do you need from me? And guess what? When you have multiple children, each child don't need the same thing. So you're going to have to work on your communication skills. What do you need from me? One child may need quality time that they don't want to share you with the other siblings. Can you map that out? Do you know what that time could do in the love tank for that child? That's that child love language. But you like, oh, I'm too tired. I'm too busy. I got to go dash. I got to do this. I got to pay the rent. Let me tell you. I would rather sleep in a tent under a bridge in peace than be robbed of my peace and in turmoil with the ones that I say I'm doing it for. Where the peace at? Where the love at? Yeah, so that's all I wanted to share. This your For Real Friday message. And if y'all got family and friends that's doing this DoorDashing, yes, my little cousin got life in prison for that. Set. Keep up with your children. I ain't even seen that. Spot on. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to share tonight. If you or your children need a coach or a mentor, I do have those services available. If you have not registered for the Come Up Conference 2025, that will be hosted at Crossroads Ministry, under the leadership of Pastor Sheila Hodges. Make sure that you type it in the search bar. Make sure you register. It's a free conference because you will be activated, equipped, poured into, fed by the word of God. Spiritually, you'll be fed naturally. And we have some empowering speakers that are ready to share what it is the Lord has put on their heart to bless us with, so we can come up, and we're going to have breakout sessions so that way you can have applicable tools to apply when you are leaving out of this conference, so that way you can walk into this next season with dominion and power, okay? Having a prosperous season in peace, love, and finances, okay? Giving you the resources, the tools to equip you to really win in life, because all this DoorDashing is really not getting a lot of people ahead. It's really a distraction, and it is keeping you just busy doing a whole lot of nothing. If you're going to DoorDash, make sure you're doing it on purpose, for purpose, in purpose. Yeah. And again, I done did ride share. I done did Lyft before. I done did some of these things, but they're not supposed to be like a permanent thing. They're supposed to be temporary, but you got to know, is God in this while you're doing it? Or are you feeling more drained? And some of the examples, it done been people done got their cars wrecked, dashing, cars towed, head-on collisions. I'm like, my goodness, this is a lot of things going on with this dashing, with Lyft. People are getting kidnapped, losing their lives, different things. So it's so many different risk factors. Figure out how to get yourself in a career, tap into your multiple streams of income, tap into your gifts, tap into your talents, tap into the things that God will have for you to do. Because guess what? Your gift will make room for you. Your gift will make room for you. Many of you don't know what you're gifted in, because why? Nobody's teaching these things. You're just aimlessly wandering. You're wandering, you're doing things, and you're missing. You know, imagine if you put all of your effort into where God would want it to be. Your whole life will be changing, like days and months at a time. Like, it's like, wow, I can't believe I was just here a few months ago, because now you're in alignment with your assignment. So I just want to let you know, if you've been looking for help, it's here. The Come Up Conference 2025. Make sure y'all register. If you want to come up, make sure you show up at the Come Up Conference. Yeah. Yeah. I am Tiffany, empowering, impacting, and igniting entrepreneurs to do what it is the Lord is calling them to do. You may have ideas, visions, businesses, things you've been sitting on, and you need to get activated. You need to get active. Listen, you want to be at the Come Up Conference because there is a kingdom way to come up. There is a kingdom way to come up, and we got to do it God's way. So to God be the glory. I will catch y'all later. Y'all be blessed. Good night.